Welcome to LifeLine with Rev. Ebenezer Markwei, where faith meets real life. Join us every Monday to Saturday at 5 a.m. for a moment of encouragement, wisdom, and truth from God's Word. Whether you're at home, on your way to work, or starting your day in prayer, this is your Lifeline, connecting you to hope, faith, and purpose.
I'm still in Exodus chapter 2, and I'd like to capture my thoughts this morning with the words, purpose in the threads. You see the way Moses was born? That is not just lacquer. That is a divine tapestry. That is a divine thread being woven. As a tapestry being woven for a picture, a very glorious picture. And now here's the interesting thing. In Exodus chapter 2, verse 11 to 14, something begins to happen to Moses. Bible starts the story by saying he went into his own brethren. He visited the Hebrews. He visited the Hebrews and saw something wrong. Two things he saw wrong. Number one, an Egyptian harassing, not just harassing, abusing an Israelite and beating up an Israelite or attempting to kill an Israelite. He saw an Egyptian doing that. Moses, then something in him began to stir, and Moses then stepped and said, I'm not going to allow you to do that, and kill the Egyptian. He rescued the Israelite. He delivered the Israelite from the hand of the Egyptian. Then further down, this same chapter 2, 11 to 14, two Israelites were having an argument, and they were having a real bad one. You know, and the Bible says, Moses steps in and says, why are you doing this? No, you shouldn't be fighting. And he tried to arbitrate. He tried to settle it. He tried to be a peacemaker. And guess what they said to him? Who made you a judge over us? Who made you a judge? So two words are standing out right now. A deliverer and a judge. Two words. You know, Moses began to play the role before he met God at the burning bush. Moses began to play the role. Something in him began to respond. Something began to respond to his purpose. His purpose began to unfold even before the burning bush as a deliverer and a judge. And you see, the circumstances for the unfolding purpose were not really right circumstances, but something in him was playing out. A picture was being played out. A movie was being played out. Something was happening in his past. A deliverer and a judge. One day, God is going to come to the place and say, please, can I check my books? I want somebody to go and deliver Israel out of the hands of the Egyptians. And then I want somebody to judge Israel for me. And when they check the book, they say, who do you find over there? His name is Moses. So I want to tell you this. Sometimes there are some things, there are some threads in the tapestry of your life that you may not even understand why this is so. But I can tell you, by the time the picture is finished, you will see they're not just ordinary threads that were being thrown in, but it was tapestry. It was weaving a pattern. It was bringing out purpose in you. Some of the battles and some of the challenges that you've been through in your yesterday are indications of your purpose. Did you see the dream of Joseph? He said, I saw we were standing in the field, and my sheep stood up, and then my brother's sheep, were bowing to me. Sheep, I said to you earlier on, are for harvest. And the Bible says, he will go sowing in tears, shall likewise come back rejoicing, bringing in the sheep. So he said, everybody was going to have a harvest, but the harvest of Joseph was going to stand up. That was the dream that he had. And his dream, if you read it very carefully, in the kingdom, the greatest is the servant. So his harvest in reality was going to serve the harvest of his brothers. We're going to serve his brothers. But this is what they thought, that he was going to lord it over them. Yeah, he's going to be a lord, but he's going to be a servant lord, not a master lord. And guess what? And then he had another dream. He said, I saw the sun, moon, and stars. That was Egypt. It was in Egypt. That was the symbols for Egypt. And guess what happens? You know what? They did everything. But now if you see where Joseph landed, and if you see the dream that he had, and you see where he landed, and despite all the challenges that he had, look, the Bible said, nevertheless, the foundations of the Lord stand sure. Whatsoever is born of God overcomes the world. And whatsoever is born of God, by all means, will find full manifestation. It's just a matter of time. You may not understand the threats he's picking, because he might pick dark threats of uncertainty. He might pick brown threads that will bring you crashing down to the earth. He might pick red threads that is going to drop blood out of you. He might pick up blue threads that is going to show you some power. He might pull out some yellow threads that may stand for abundance, prosperity, good. He might pull out some green threads that is going to speak for verdant pastures. He may pull out some purple threads that is going to speak of royalty. But I came to tell you something. The coat of many colors is an indication of the coats that you're going to be getting when you get to Egypt. The things about Moses trying to solve the problem was what God was putting in him. So it starts when you are even not aware. It begins to dwell in you. Whatsoever is put in you will find a way of expression, and may find a way for expression even before you meet God, even before you gave your life to Christ. You need to find out purpose. You want to find out purpose? Check your history. Check your past, because the threats are there. Purpose in the threats of your life. See you later.
This is your Lifeline, connecting you to hope, faith, and purpose.